Right, hello there, and welcome back to Premier League predictions. This is game week 3. Now, before we get into this week's predictions, let's take a look at last week's predictions and see how we got right. So, Brighton 2, Man United 1. I was seconds. I mean, mere seconds from getting this right. I deserve to win, in all fairness. But, I put 1-1. It was so close. Anyway, Tottenham Everton. I knew Spurs would win, and they'd win quite comfortably. But I didn't know it'd be that much. To be fair, I did say Son to get 2. I did say Richarlison scored, but that didn't happen, so Crystal Palace, nil. West Ham 2. I knew West Ham could score. I did say Bowen to score, which he obviously did. But Phil Krug, he didn't. I expected more of Palace. I thought it'd be a lot better, but they weren't. Southampton nil. Not the first one. Said 2-1. Southampton's finishing is just really that bad. Yeah, I thought they'd put up a bit more of a fight, but they didn't. Fulham 2. Leicester 1. I got this one. Flat bang right. I even said Emil Smith wrote to score. Only problem was I said it was going to be Mavididi and Nunez to score. It was Iwobi and Faye, with that it's like my prediction video. So Manchester City 4, Ipswich 1. I was so close with this. I even said Ipswich would score. I won't be surprised if they score. But I didn't put it there because I put 4-0. Yeah, it's a piece of cake for City. That's Villa 0, Arsenal 2. Again, right bang, flat bang, right. Even panned it if I said. Only thing that I didn't get right were the scores. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 1. I did be a draw. No goal for Isak or Semenyo though. I put 2-2, so I'll take that as I was half right. I knew it'd be a draw, I just be a bit more closer. The game I was massively wrong on was Wolves 2, Chelsea 6. I mean, I did say Palmer and Larson to score, but yeah, I put 1-1. I was nowhere near as close to the final score. And finally, Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. I said 3-0 Liverpool. Salah to score 2, he scored 1. And Jota scored the other one. Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit more of a dominating one for Liverpool, but I was wrong. So that was a pretty decent week. I got a good few correct results and even a few score lines. Arsenal Brighton. Now, this is probably the hardest game to predict this week. We'll go on Arsenal win. Brighton, very impressive against Man United. Don't get me wrong. This Arsenal team right now are on a level. You know, they've got so many options where they can go in and score. They just have that versatility, which I think is going to be the ultimate undoing for Brighton. Don't get this twisted. It's going to be a very tight game, much like the Villa Arsenal game. They're going to put up a hell of a fight. I even think they'll score, but it's going to be so much quality that Arsenal have going forward. It's going to make the real difference here. You know, you look at their options. You've got Havertz, you've got Saka, you've got Martinelli. Ultimately, the latter two, Saka and Martinelli, who I think is going to score for Arsenal this week. As for Brighton, I'm going to go with Joe Pedro. As much as I'm tempted to back someone like Yaku, but Minty, I think it's with Joe Pedro. He's been really impressive for Brighton. I can see him holding in the score, and I think Brighton are going to actually Arsenal for a chunk of the game. But Arsenal will eventually come back with Martinelli and Saka. Final prediction. We want Arsenal. Brentford Southampton. Now, this game I've been tossing and turning on what to put. I've ultimately decided where a 1-0 Brentford win. It's just purely down to Southampton not having that goal for it. Southampton are very good at controlling possession, but they cannot score to save their lives. That's that's the deadline fast approaching. That's what needs to go fixed straight away. Go get yourself a striker who's good, promise you some goals. Like Danny Ings, I don't care who you get, just get someone. If you want any chance of staying in your league, this league. As for Brentford, yeah, they're what do you expect? There's obviously going to be a Liverpool win. I think Vissa's going to nick the only goal in this game. It's going to be about 70th, 80th minute. Southampton's going to dominate largely. Ultimately, it's going to be a Brentford win. My failed prediction 1-0 Brentford. Everton Bournemouth. Now, don't get me wrong, obvious Bournemouth won. I think Everton are going to play really well. And this is really the game where Jacob Ryan shows his class. I think that's a classy piece of business off Everton, and it's going to show in a partnership with him and Brantford. It's going to be a really good season, even though Brantford isn't as good as many people say he is. He's definitely worth 70 million onwards, but a partnership with him and O'Brien is going to be brilliant for Everton. It's going to make them really hard to beat at home. This is Bournemouth going to do it. Bournemouth have too much attacking threat for me. You look at your Cesera, your Semenyo, your Evan Nielsen. I think he's going to score today. I think it's going to be him and Cesera that score. But a bag bet would score for Everton. I do think the game's going to be a lot closer than people think it's going to be. So I'm going with 2-1 Bournemouth win. But I do think it's going to be quite challenging for Bournemouth as Everton are going to try and stop them from linking up their attack. Ipswich Fulham. Now, here's a surprise. I'm back in Ipswich. It's not that Fulham are bad per se. It's just I've been really impressed with Ipswich. You know, they didn't exactly get turned over by Liverpool. Yeah, they got turned over by City, but they were still able to score against them, which is some feat. I really do think players like Sammy Smodics are great signings. And I'm backing him to score today. Also backing Jacob Reeves from a header. I don't know, I just feel like this could be a corner coming in and Jacob Reeves could get on the end of it. I'm really impressed with Ipswich's business so far. The only one I'm a bit iffy on would be Muric. Just because he was quite crap actually last season. But apart from that, I've been really impressed with Ipswich's business, and I think now they're going to start clicking. They had the toughest start to the beginning of the season, but now's their chance to show it right. We're here, and we're here to be serious. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm predicting a 2-0 Ipswich win here. Leicester, Aston Villa. Now, I was real tempted to draw, as I thought this would be similar to the Tottenham Leicester game where Leicester dominated by Tottenham, but they were able to nick a point. But the more I think about it, the more it's got to be a Villa win because Villa's attacking play is really good, especially Morgan Rogers. I mentioned about him last week. Again, impressed against City. I thought I was a bit absurd by Mark Goldbridge say I made him fall back a level with football. A weird comment, but I digress. He's definitely scoring today. I think he's after he's been playing. So go back John Duran as well. Attempted to back Ollie Watkins, but he's not been himself recently. He's not really been much. I just think that's perhaps the best strikers, you know. He'll be back to scoring soon. But I'm going to go with John Duran and Morgan Rogers. Final prediction is 2-0. Wolverhampton, Nottingham Forest. And have you ever just looked at a game and thought, yeah, this could be really predictable? This is the most 1-1 game I've ever seen in my life. Like, I get absolutely hammered by Chelsea last week. Did have some attacking threat, but so does Forest. I get a feeling a 1-1 game. I can't explain how. It's the most 1-1 game I've ever seen. And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 1-1. I'm going to say someone like, Sheffield for Wolves. Larson, he was actually really good last week. I think he's going to get another goal this week. I'm going to say Alanga. And I know Forest look pretty good in the Cup, and Wolves obviously beat Burnley, but I don't know, it's just going to be just it's gonna be one vibes. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like it's going to be a 1-1 game. And watch this be completely wrong, it'd be something like 4-3 Forest. My final prediction 1-1. Manchester City, West Ham, and let's be honest with us all, it's going to be a Man City win. But I think West Ham are going to put up a massive fight. I don't rate Lopetegui as a manager. I think, quite frankly, he's very overrated. But West Ham have a very talented squad. And they're going to do well this season. They've got like Paqueta, Kudus, Owen, Fulkrug, Debo, Aka, Areola. That's just off the top of my head. And they've signed Alex Kelman as well, who I just remember now. They've got a good squad. Nowhere near the level of Man City's, let's just be honest here. But this is going to be the game where West Ham can show we can push for Europe. We've got that ability in us. I'm moving with a 3-1 here, and I'm backing Paqueta to score for West Ham, and Haaland to get 2, and Kevin De Bruyne to get another one. I generally think it's going to be a lot closer than the scoreline says it is. I do think West Ham are going to play some good football at times. I can play, put set under pressure, and ultimately give them game to them. But Man City we're talking about here, they've got talent everywhere, and they're obviously going to win this game because let's be honest, it's City. It's very hard to beat. You can beat a team with Rodri, Haaland, Ederson, Diaz, De Bruyne, Silva, Foden, Walker, you know, Kanji, Vardell. You can list the whole City squad, and but West Ham are generally going to give them a fight. My final prediction is 3-1 Man City. Chelsea Crystal Palace. I believe this game is absolutely insane. Two teams who've got such good attacking threat, but they are scrap defensively. That was particularly the case for Chelsea last week. Those games they scored more. And I know Palace didn't score last week, but they've still got that threat of Nketiah now, but now Nketiah, Mateta, Eze, Kamada, even Wharton. And it's going to be an absolutely insane match, but Chelsea are obviously going to win it. Now, I've been floating between like a whole different scores. I'm at one point I thought it would be 4-1 to Chelsea. At one point I thought it would be 3-2. At one point I even thought it would be 5-3 Chelsea. What will I say? Newcastle Tottenham. Now, obviously I'm going to Newcastle win. This isn't bias. Just look at the facts. Newcastle have a really good home record against Spurs. We beat them 6-1, now we beat them 4-0. I don't think that's going to happen again. I think it's going to be 3-0. Isak getting 2 and Gordon get 1. But Spurs, they've got a lot of people missing. They've not got Solanke, they've not got Van de Ven, Charleston. So it's obviously going to hurt them. Plus, he's back. Joe Tonali. He was absolutely against Forest. He made me fall back in love with football. That's a joke for the record. I'm not Mark Goldbridge. But it was brilliant to see him back on the pitch. And even though he was gassed after about 30 minutes, that first half he played amazing. He played some beautiful passes. And now that's the system with him, and Joe Linton's going, oh, that's brilliant. That puts a smile on my face. As for Spurs, obviously they're quite dominant against Everton, but we've just got some injuries. Right now, again, with Charleston, Solanke, and Van de Ven, all key players. I know they've got Madsen, they've got Son, but I still think they're going to struggle here, especially when it comes to Newcastle. They always just have a history of not doing well at James Park. Met them the season we got relegated, final day at St James's Park, 5-1, 6-1. Well, I don't know what it is, but Spurs just can't play St James's Park. It's like Jose Mourinho. He wasn't able to get a win at St James's Park until like pick him like 18 years. I'm pretty sure. It's mental. Our final prediction is going to be 3-0 Newcastle win with Alexander Isak scoring 2 and Anthony Gordon scoring all 1. So, my night Liverpool.
Let's go to Liverpool one. Liverpool look absolutely deadly from the counter attack. It was evident against Ipswich. It was particularly evident for the first goal against Bournemouth. Salah's back to his best, and I predict he's going to score 2 goals today. As for Man United, well, they were quite poor against Brighton. They should have won that. Xerxes was foolish to not let Garnacho score that, and ultimately cost them the game. Man United right now, they remind me of Arsenal in the 16-17 season. They too, they won their first game, then they lost to a team they really should be beaten. And then they faced Liverpool, and what happened? They lost 4-0. That's what I'm predicting here. Man United don't exactly have the best record in facing Liverpool. They've lost 7-0, they've lost 5-0. I think they're going to lose 4-0 here. Salah is at his absolute best right now. It's his best for ages. He looks on fire. He looks like impossible to defend against. So he's going to cause Man United a lot of issues. As for who else scores, well, I'm going to say Nunez. And you know what? Chelsea on his debut is going to score. When Chelsea is fit, he is a brilliant player, and that's a really good bit of business for Liverpool there. And they got him relatively cheap. What was it, 15 million? That, to me, is great business, and it just bolsters Liverpool's brilliant attack going forward. They've got so much options. I don't think they're going to be in a title challenge yet. It's Lot's first season, but they're going to be a team that are difficult to beat, especially on the counter attack this season. A fair prediction, 4-0 Liverpool. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Feel free to comment your predictions in the comments below, and have a good one. Goodbye for now.